Even then, Cyberdogs, they're not going to have as easy of a time even taking down objectives, taking down buildings. After, even if they win team fights on the back of the Kunkka and Ogre Magi multicasting and what have you. So, I don't know, I want to favor Wind and Rain for this one. And just a reminder, it's enough for them to win one of these games. Cyberdogs need to win both. Then they would knock out Wind and Rain. They would have a tiebreak up against Yolo Knight for first and second place. Wind and Rain only need to win one to knock out Cyberdogs, and well, then it's just a matter of whether they need to play tiebreak against Yolo Knight or whether they end in the group in first place after all, if they win both games. So, Wind and Rain, normal lanes, yeah. Nothing too fancy, everything as expected. Cyberdogs, then you come up with something. Right now, Haze up top, Little Tomat also hanging around. This offlane. I mean, Ogre Magi can do quite a bit. He's relatively tanky early on, especially for an interior. I mean, 700 health points and 8 armor. That is quite a lot. He also has 3.5 strength gain, so he's big beefy dum-dum.
30 seconds to battle.
But is it gonna be enough in this lane? Kilomans are hanging around. I mean, early on, Morphling is quite vulnerable, but once you get these 2 or 3 points in the attribute shift, at that point it's very hard for them to bring him down, certainly with very low duration stuns. I mean, this Fire Blast is not scaling that department at all. 1.5 seconds. Not gonna be enough to burst down a Morphling necessarily. Unless, like, it's... unless you're level 12, you get a 3 times multicast and morph setting and max agility or something. In any case, not even contesting any of the bounty runes, so Wind and Rain, they get 3 for free. Not the best start for the Dire, that's for sure. We'll see where this road ends. That's what I like to see. 2 extra iron branches, so you can probably get the wand later. And also eat plenty of these tangos with the extra regen. So as a Morphling, you tend to be able to use regen very effectively because you can turn max agility, then you use the regen. Nice little stun into a tossback, ASD. I'm not gonna get tower shots because there were a few lane creeps tanking those up still. Otherwise, not even sure if he would have died, but would have gotten much closer than he is right now. This is currently a tri-lane with a smiley face person. Grimstroke doing the creep skips, pulling it all the way across. You can't get intercepted by these supports. At least not as easily. But you have to go all the way around. Alice Sage continues to be on the hunt. I mean, if you throw the stun, follow up from Killomancer with the creeps also hitting just a little bit more. Smiley face. Almost tossed back all the way into Elisage, who's gonna have another stun with a mango. That might very well be the first party. He gets in front of him. The Clary is cancelled, but yeah, that was a shared kill. It's not a big announcement, but the first blood being drawn by Elisage and Killomancer together. With a bunch of creeps helping out. So this trial is working. Top lane Boogie though, that does mean that he is all alone still. 4 last, it's Little Tomato. Is he not finding him? Oh no. He also has a charge level 1, so it's not exactly ideal when it comes to just trading. Even if he did find Boogie. He's doing a really good job just keeping out of vision for the time being. Soaking experience. Yeah, Tomat is still hunting, but there you go, they catch him now. And he got level 2, so greater bash is a thing. It's micro as well, sending the board to do the creep skips. Very efficient. That does mean though that Morphling is not going to be as fast with the levels necessarily. All the supports, I mean, tri-laning, with not getting too many kills especially. Even if you get a lot of kills, level 1, level 2 heroes that don't give a whole lot, so it's not the end of the world, but they're sending the Spur Breaker in as well now. This could turn things up a little bit. Ogre Magi, Bloodlust, Ignite, no Fire Blast just yet. It's kind of hard for them to go win on this. to whittle away at the health points first. And hope for the best.
Tell me more about this.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Another charge, this time together with the Ink Spell. So this could turn into something here. The follow-up stuns, Faye already morphing strength though, so he should be fine. Run to attribute shift, another toss back here this time. Actually turning this around, they will lose one of the heroes, but in exchange for a kill on the Morphling. Tower helping out, so 1-for-1 trade. I want to give this one to Radiant though, if Faye can heal himself up properly here. There's Sash coming through. Also delivering a few extra items. Now another toss back all the way to the front. That's a short range charge only. It would have been interrupted otherwise, I guess. Little Man will just straight up die though. Even though he's quite tanky himself, and Faye once again can just sustain himself very easily here. As long as he, at the moment he can get out of range of these Cyberdogs heroes. Go max agility, press the stick. One shot of Tango and he'll be fine. Right now though, another charge coming through. If he does that right now, he might be in trouble, especially with AC sitting right next to him. And the Fire Blast ready to go. Faye. The life on the edge here is morphing strength. Have to use the stick charges right here as it stands, so another stun over on the smiley face. Killermancer running in, then there's a charge. Nice little turnaround. Preventing a charge from actually connecting here, the bash. Coming in on Killermancer instead. This Observer Ward certainly coming in very handy there for this exact situation. These charges towards the bottom lanes. Otherwise could mix things up a little bit against you. But there's still the issue of this big tank ogre. There's a lot of resources that you have to use to make that work, and there's also other things that you can look towards. Killermancer looking for the rune. Nice little toss back to the Ancients. So we secured that one. Lil Tomat on the other side. Boogie also claims one up top. So 2-for-2 exchange right here. So they're now looking for this tie, but he's too fast. He has the boots. And Lil Tomat doesn't. Not right yet. Your mids. How's that looking? So far so good. 29-7, 28-6, 30-70, 30-7. So relatively even right now. Pakna's level 6 though. Ellis Sash. He can rotate in, out of vision. There it is. The blast into the life drain for the boat. All the X can connect it. What the hell? Ellis Sash just straight up dies to it, walks into the boat and dies to it? What? That's not really supposed to happen, is it? Did that thing just one-shot him somehow? Might have also run into the torrent. I don't know. That's kind of weird. That is kind of weird.
Dire's middle tower is
That
under
was
attack.
kind of unnecessary. Anyway. He's back down bottom. Stun. Toss back. Some more cover right position. Right on top of Faye here. Stun to right click away. But charge coming through. Smiley face also with a bit of damage already being done. Now ASD. Ready to perhaps turn around. There's the Inksoul stun and the Vengeful Spirit. Elsage ready to juke. No toss back. On top of Faye. ASD with another Fire Blast. He is alive, but not for too much longer. They have too much chase. Too much control. Trollwaller dies up top. As Wish rotates in to help out Boogie.
Radiant's middle tower is under
7-2,
attack.
and hey, guess what? Two pushing heroes in one lane together, no contest. This is dead T1 tower. 100%. There's no way to defend this one, even if you were
Dire's top
already
tower
there.
has fallen.
Kind of one of these things where you don't really want to use resources anyway. Little Tomat. Oh man, if they were sticking around, they could have bursted him down perhaps. Like if Wish wanted to, but with Arrow also showing his face, it's a little bit dicey. Right on bottom. They're looking again for the Ogre Magi. There's a stun. Watch for the toss back. There it is, right on top of Faye. Stun to right click. Fire Blast, sure, but there's no running away from this one now. 5 Morphling. Both max agility, so hitting for over 100. Dominating spree, and he's not even going for the third
Dire's
Wraith
middle
Band, and we
tower
see
is under attack.
some Morphlings and other agility carries go for the stays again. You'll admit the Wish. He's already walking back, and he's so fast, 384 with just normal brown boots. Getting a bit of mana back too from that life drain. Oh, he's trying to TP out, but he couldn't. It's another free kill. Wind and rain, they're just all over the place here. Building a small lead, not the biggest one, because Hayes, he's still farming quite well, 15 and 12. Fighters Dev Arrow also kind of keeping up, but Overall, Wish, the big winner of all of this season, probably net rush out that country mile now. Maybe adding another kill to the tally. But Sumat hanging around. There's life drain coming through. Not enough damage though. Started it a little bit late. Tiny also wasn't clicking him any more further. Bit of a wasted opportunity there, unfortunately. Alright. Just need to get a little bit of mana back here. Then you're ready to fight again. Oh no. Pagna. Mana boots, that'll do it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, together with the shrine. So then you can go top. You can probably also group up with Boogie. Get rid of this mid tier 1 tower. That seems like a good idea, but also drawing line. Hey dude, just walk like this. Get the bottom tier 1 first.
Dire are scanning.
The Ogre Magi. I mean, he's going for the Bloodlust, so he's going down this utility route a little bit more than the full-on damage route with the Fire Blast maxing out.
Regeneration.
So that'll be helpful for the troll to some extent. The Kunk as well, you could say, but the Kunk is not much of a right clicker. Mostly comes down to Tidebringer, which is of course tied to a cooldown. That Bloodlust does not improve at all. Can you imagine Bloodlust also just improving cooldowns? That'll be beyond broken, wouldn't it?
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Okay. They're healing up. A lot of Dire heroes around these bottom runes as well. I want to make a play for something here. There's the... Okay, they're not... Don't actually catch him, but they'll charge across. A little smart Silly will secure the kill, but now toss around. He's trying to isolate them a little bit from each other. No casualties just yet. Another stun over an arrow. This would be a big one. Boogie's there with a roar to follow up. Couple extra right clicks here. It took them a while because he's very tanky, but not tanky enough. So without arrow, without the boats, there's no way they can actually take this fight. Now the Crapper fight over the Ogre Magi. The stun doesn't connect to Swerve Justice out of the charge. Now follow up toss. And the avalanche doesn't quite connect them too much. I'll call it quits right there. No level 6 yet on Venge. No way to just swap people back in. But yeah, they might not have gotten the bounty on him, but they got a couple of good kills up top, I believe. Did Face kill someone? Like Boogie got one. And Cyberdogs got the rest. So they came out ahead in that department at least.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, they can also hold on to this tower. This will be alright. But they're bringing in everybody down to this bottom lane. So just defending is not really going to be enough. Look at mid. Killman's an old Sash already there. They're not necessarily going to be pushing as hard. They do have a siege creep though. They don't have a tree to work with. But they're here. They're putting on pressure and they're also getting that experienced need. Faye, meanwhile, free farming off top. So if Cyberdogs isn't getting down this tower or rotating out to defend fast, then they're coming out way, way behind this exchange. And yeah. He's finally assigned his TV back up top. Mid lane also being saved for the time being. Now it's Win and Rain's turn to make a decision. Do we actually want to take another fight here? Do we actually want to put more pressure on this tier 1 mid? Because you don't necessarily want to be in a position where you give up this tier 1 bottom for free. Gonna have to be very careful though if you want to move in, because Arrow's back alive and putting into a boat or something one by one, that's never gonna work. So instead, the safer play by far is to make that mid tower pay. It's certainly a much more important tower on the map strategically than this tier 1 bottom. Now the smoke. Ooh. Smoke on smoke action here perhaps. Tiny. Scouring out a little bit what's going on here. Cyberdogs on the run. Looks like they'll maybe be dodging this if they're starting to TP, but they're just running the old-fashioned way. Smoko breaks, Sash sees them. There's a roar on one on top of the stun. So stacked up a little bit. ASD as a result will still survive. Nice little avalanche though catching them up. Toss forward here. Sash together with the rest of them able to bring that one down. Wish eats the boat to the face. Defensive swap. He's right in front of his arms though. Wish The Gruppovoi is used here with the Centaur Storm saying, what is this ruckus here? I don't want this, but now Faye also taking a front line as the Troll Warlord himself. Turning to morph things, looks a little bit weird. Now gets bashed up a little too much. That's a blast right on top of his face. Wish stealing a little bit of help before the axe cancels that life chain. But now on to the next one, Boogie slowing him down. Faye as well in morphling, back morphling form, helping to secure that extra kill. So still only 2 kills on the board for Cyberdogs, and then it's not enough for a lineup like this. Not by a long shot. They lost a tier 1 mid, they're unable to take a fight. Within range, surely maybe not the cleanest thing in the world. Oh, actually they got 3 kills as well. Grimstroke even buying back into this to try and salvage the fight, but they have very limited tools. Especially with that bow being not effective enough. There's no follow-up. Pugna was very healthy before that boat. It's a question, where's the damage going to come from? It's going to have to come from Haze with Bloodlust, because for Magi, he skill build for that. It's one of these things that's very hard to pull off at this stage in game if Haze doesn't actually have a lot of armor. He has the Maelstrom, but no BKB to protect himself and whatnot, so he's just going to get run down. Very, very easily inside the jungle. They don't have a creep wave here, so that's a bit annoying. Could transition into mid, try and push that one out a little bit quicker. Beyond that, it's just going to be what it is. Just a kill on the core. Probably still worthwhile, but it's not the devastating loss in and of itself. It's just
middle tower is under
a big part of this game not going Cyberdog's way at all. Don't really see them have a comeback mechanism. Don't really see them just farming out the Troll Warlord and having him just win the late game or something. It's not really a thing in a game like this, I don't think. So many things to carry him around, just to crapify, not even on himself, but even just the target that he goes on. Morphling, they're mobile with the waveforms, you have swaps, you have roars, you have tosses. Like, how do you stay on target on this hero? Kinda hard. Yeah. Wish Boogie rotating in, so they'll be taking care of this tier 2 tower. The rest will win in vain, perhaps looking for more kills or at least more farm. They still in creeps. Going for the Lincoln Sphere, so this doesn't want to be X'd, I guess, or blasted perhaps. That makes sense of a bit of defensive utility here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Don't necessarily need it to do a lot of damage immediately, which is a good enough position to pick up that particular mantle.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're just getting a lot of damage onto this tower for free. I mean, there's still catapults here to help out. Boogie's there with his aura even to help buff it up. That together with the blast. The tower's not a half health right now. There's no real response, only smiley face, but I guess Wind and Rain don't necessarily know about this. They do have a lot of vision in this area though, especially with its Hawk. So they will be able to keep up the siege. And surely someone has to come here and stop this. You can't just give a tier 3 tower 60 minutes into the game. That's exactly what's going to happen here. I mean, tried to deny it, but it was a little bit late, as now, at least the final Desage with the Taunt and the Fire Blast should be killed. It is indeed, but it's the shrines open up already. Not gonna last long.
Top shrine is under attack.
Beast Master, that was all before his Necrobook even. He went for the Vlads, Phase Vlads, normal stuff. As the Necrobook comes out, I mean, the pushing power, the kill power on this hero as well. It's gonna be very big indeed. Another smoke. Link tag on Tiny. We'll be ready with the roar. For target, it could be Haze. Showing himself inside the wave. We will stun off to the side. They're kind of splitting the focus here. A lot of burst damage on Haze. Does get the ultimate out though. They need to Crepify here. Don't have it, and it's a little bit too late. So They get a counter kill at least onto this Tiny. Should end up going down. Boogie. Takes a little while longer. Didn't want to reuse the roar. It's going to be the blast that does it. 1-for-1 trade. Grapple fire was used for the initial blast instead of being available right away to save Killman's up. So giving up maybe a little bit too much.
Illusion.
To Roche. Oh, swap in. Goodbye. Grimstroke. Damn, Alisage not even being gone on, so he could swap in aggressively again, and he does indeed. Doesn't have a stun to work with this time, but the rest of the team pulling in. Toss back, still X into the boat. They were thinking about it, but they really couldn't do it. The Oil Magi roared up in front. He's tanky, but not dead tanky. Wicked sick streak on Fate. And then Rain. Continuing to build a decisive momentum advantage. I mean, it's only 5k in net worth. Cyberdogs, like, not really playing in a way that's, or like they're playing in a way that makes me feel like they're further behind than they might be in just in a numerical category. Like, they're playing very defensive, and like the heroes also kind of hard to utilize at this stage if you don't get the big team fight with the Kunga. I was just using the boat, but they're not really able to follow up because they only get it on one hero. I'm not really feeling confident enough using the run buff because what's the point of going in, right? You don't have damage. And with the BKB control, maybe that changes, but you've already lost so much. Only gotta be a matter of time till Wind and Rain go for the next objectives, perhaps. Full on high ground here, also working away these racks. They have their ages on Morphling. It's gonna walk away on that shotgun next.
Bounty.
Even just finish up the Eagle song.
Gold for my chest.
So he's gonna hit hard. He's gonna help with the nuking power. Just setting up shop in a dire jungle. This is all scouted out here. A lot of defensive wards in this area. I'm not sure when they pick. Oh yeah, they put this one down a lot earlier. Very optimistic here, placing down this deep wards like this. I guess they did finish up the tier 2 at one point or another, but at this point you're not really getting a lot of extra use out of these wards. The entire game is happening on your side of the map. Wind and Rain forcing out the glyph. That's one step. Now they're expecting this wraparound. Smoke wraparound play. Elisage is looking for it. He's hunting. I know exactly what you guys are up to, but I'm able to actually get the vision. Still hanging around here. They see Faye. Exactly the ideal target. The smoke starts to break. Doesn't swap into a roar on the Kunka. The most important hero. Down the drain already. That should turn into the top racks. No buyback available on him. They don't necessarily know that, but we'll find it out soon. But hey, another target of opportunity. Or two, perhaps. Someone takes his balls as well, while Faye's clicking on the deuce too. They do have buybacks. Are they really worried? No, not really. What are they gonna do? That's the Lincoln Sphere. Was that the ultimate? Nah, that was. What's this third break ultimate? That was questionable. Could at least use a charge. It's much lower cooldown. But hey, Rex are down. On to the next one. So you're gonna have to be the tier 2 mid or the tier 1 and tier 2 in bottom lane. Either way. Ooh, the toss back. No. Little Tomat. He's living. Only just, but he's living. Now Wind and Rain back in formation. Ready to go around it. 22 and 4. Got one too many kills, unfortunately, on Cyberdogs. So this is the saddest news of this game so far, perhaps, for them. But they're drawing line down bottom. It's better to bring down these side lanes if you have a choice at all. It's exactly what they're gonna do. Shouldn't have too many issues with the outer tier towers. I don't think Cyberdogs can... I think they can barely fight them at all. Certainly not outside their base. So with high ground advantage, nice little boat combo, maybe.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He's just going Spire in a minute.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Still very rough
Radiant
task.
structures are fortified. Dire's
What kind of
bottom
tanky
tower
of these
is
defensive
under attack.
utilities from the Vengeful Spirit? Speaking of
Radiant
Vengeful Spirit, look at this
structures
fighting
is
build.
under attack.
This is the build where you say, alright, this game's not gonna last much longer, I just want to tank up. 4 braces and the Ring Basilius.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Just to add to the auras, because why the hell not?
Are fortified.
There's another glyph from tier 1 go down, so that'll end now. All the units, catapults, start to right-click away, and there's something forward. BKB from Haze, keeping him alive, brings down another one. Now on to the next one here. Nice little bit of control in the back. The boat does connect too on the Beastmaster. Boogie very low, still gets the roar off. And they've already got the Vengeful Spirit, but Faye, he's starting to flick away. There's not a crazy amount of damage in this form right now. Also silenced up with that bug. Will be taking over quite quickly, but Wish, he's the more important one. What the hell? He got the blink out? Are you kidding me? How did he blink there? There are 5 people around him. He just gets away here. Faye taking up a bit in his troll form. Starts the waveform out. Killerman's a bit of a different story. He tosses things back and forth. So yeah, Cyberdogs, they do it. They win a fight. Somehow.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Got into the back lines. They used literally all of their spells. And able to kill off a few important targets here. Faye. Don't think he got the shotgun on target. I didn't really see it. Either way, sustained damage is a little bit difficult if you have to keep morphing a bunch of strength. So. Well, at least they got out. Still got 3 towers. And question is, how often can Cyberdogs repeat these kind of things? Because this sort of stuff falls apart. Like, theoretically, you could take the same type of team fights, but the moment someone gets picked off outside the
Dire's
base,
middle tower is under attack.
there's a different story if they don't have buyback. Right? And you have to go outside your base to farm, because otherwise you're just gonna be outscaled in a different way. I think a hard time enough as it is, because they're moving in a clump right now because they have to. Right? It's very few creeps isolated on very many heroes, so they're not actually being as efficient as Wind Rainers. They've been farming up a little bit more camps inside the jungle. Faye was somewhere else entirely. So the Ash now towards his Manta style, and yeah. Now they're ready to go again, perhaps? Shotgun, alright. Down at 500 health here after being healed up a little bit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Keep his away for the time being here. This tower being right-clicked to death.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Well, it's both teams just waiting for an opportunity. As long as Wind and Rain are sitting in the right position, they should be able to siege indefinitely. Just to the back of the Pagna blasting. Not gonna carry that to the high ground just yet.
Is under attack.
Still have a shrine to take down here. Taking things a bit slow. They might just also hold out until the next row. Should be absolutely certain they have all the advantages that they can get. But Cyberdogs don't want to let it get that far. But Lilsman unable to finish their charge.
Dire's bottom shrine has fallen.
Due to the well-placed avalanche, so Wind and Rain, they just walk away again. Meanwhile, the top lane. These super creeps are slowly, they ate their way through all the buffer buildings, so. Tier 4 is already taking a bit of chip damage. Why Solar Crest? Just any item that they can get at this point could potentially help them win. I mean, Solar Crest could be very powerful. I think it's heroes like Morphling.
Regeneration.
But it looks like Wind and Rain just gonna play it safe, just control the map, keep farming. Keep Cyberdogs locked in their base until Roshan is back. 1 more minute on the clock. And then the big guy will return. They're pinging it out already, so It's gonna have to be a bit more patient. Maybe keep the boar inside. Aegis and Chiefs will certainly, or most probably end the game. Let me put it like that. No game is unthrowable, as I like to say always. But this one seems pretty hard to give up at this point. Again, you can't discount the Troll Warlord. It's actually quite powerful at this point, but it should be straightforward for them to guide him. With all the mobility, with the Crapify and everything that I mentioned before. Worst comes to worst, you just roar him during BKB or during his ultimate. Alright. There he is. Roche is back, baby. Elisage very deep right now. But he's just securing Faye. Like, he's keeping him safe with his body, because if you see a Morphling and the Vengeful Spirit next to each other, they're gonna go on Avenge, you know, because it's the much easier target. That would have allowed Faye to escape. In any case, yeah, I mean, it's not taking long at all, is it? Alright. Def push down mid. Win a fight, get mid racks, get bottom racks on the game, just depending on the situation. Buyback situation. Oh, buyback status is not too bad. Kuko almost has it. What is this? Actually, not sure about this one. That ult in the back. Faye coming around, killing off the smiley face. Yeah, they didn't really get too much done with that soul bite. Now they're all controlling up the troll wall. Faye going to go back in, turning into the Ogre Magi. So there's a bloodlust for himself. There's the blast away. A little tomato swap back here on the Haze. Pops his BKB, starts directing away. He still has his ultimate. But meanwhile, Faye just securing the double kill on the tanky Ogre. Arrow next on the list. Skillman goes back in, forcing in another BKB. Meanwhile, Haze continues to be kited around. Does get the ultimate out with the root, but the multicast stun from Faye of all people. Kind of crazy that you do get multicast, but yeah, he was just waiting out the ultimate, secure the triple kill. Now running down ASD, multicasting the Ogre. That's some irony for you. Finally losing Killermancer, but that's the only one that they do. Faye ready to go, and well, finishing off ASD. Man's style to get out of trouble. Wait for him if he needs it, but he's just gonna get a bit of extra help from his friend. Ultra kill already for the Morphling, but now he might be in a bit of trouble here. So it's the Aegis, of course, fall back on, so he's very happy to use that right here, right now. The rest of his team could be blasting away in this tower if they wanted to. There we go. Faye back in the front lines. Arrow still has buyback, so he can come back. Haze does not. What the? He just bought back and then just lets himself be blasted by a shotgun and then wish as well. Nexus here falls, like, not ready for this deep of a dive. Charge across, but so many health points to eat through. There's no way they can deal with this morph right now. Ultimate, still can't finish it because of the mana style. So yeah, that's the mid-range stun, transitioning immediately down towards the bottom. Pretty straightforward DOTA swap into a roar. Kunkka, he's tanky, but not tanky enough against a shotgun. He's buying back. They're holding out until the very end, so you gotta give them that, but there's not much else that they have. All of their life points are meaningless. As Arrow pops another BKB, has the bolt coming through. GG well played is called. I would call this a draft win for Wind and Rain. They didn't make too many mistakes either. Throughout the game, so Cyberdogs, they were just... They lost the laning stage completely. And they had the draft disadvantage because of that as well. And so yeah, they have a pretty good lineup. I mean, they can just put their trust in Faye. Things don't go as planned in the laning stage. They don't have as much tower pushing potential early on, so this will probably not be a super fast game, even if they dominate the laning stage. So a lot of the heroes are just like, hey, yeah, we're gonna fight you, we're gonna set up for kills, but we're not necessarily going to be able to take down objectives on the back of that until Faye really gets going. Alright. Here we are.
Admiral is on board.
On the sash, on the old
Prepare
tusk.
for battle.
Killman's is standing in today. Playing the Shadow Demon and Bogey as expected. On this core Tiny on the offlane. Enigma, I can stand around here, demonic conversion, use that on the initial creep, recharge your mana in fountain, and then just go from there. It's one of the good things that the Enigma gives you, even at support position. It's not necessarily going to be actively addressing the laning situation. Like, you're not going to right-click opponents or whatever. If you're in the support position, you're just going to... you can do a little bit of that early on before the creeps spawn, but then you want to spend most of your time inside the jungle. What if they want to actually want to ward up some of these camps as a result? I mean, plop down as observer water on the high ground, just keep an eye on the Enigma. Seeing what they can see there. But you can still impact the laning stage because you keep the 9 creeps, so dragging the wave back naturally. For the center to take advantage of. If he dies here, he's blocked in, isn't he? Oh, eats his way through tree. Alright, that's good. Nice little stomps of the tag team. Not allow them to get a lot of damage out. Killman's looking for the body blocks. And he wants the rune. He gets it. Can he get the other one? Up! There it is. Getting ahead. Important because Little Toman and Haze, they were able to secure 1 bounty rune each down bottom. So it is the long and short of that. Wood Courier. It's only removing the season, walking in. Killmancer would be able to snipe it on the way back if they're not careful, but they are.
Step lively now.
They know. See Killmancer show up, it's like, yeah, nope, 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 nope. Till we see him somewhere else. We're just gotta keep the courier right where it is, thank you very much. It's messing with the creeps a little bit. Very heads up play. I mean, if you don't see, if not all supports are accounted for before the 3-minute mark all the time, then you better be careful with the courier. Better watch out for these snipe attempts. He's 75 health on this pool guy. So. Okay, he can be left alone against ASD. You have to go for a stomp first, so not having to retaliate is actually quite useful right there. So what the hell? They do finish off the bang. Not sure how, just right-clicking him to death, I guess? It's not really supposed to happen, right? It must have been a misplay from Little Toman. Was extending a little bit against the Tusk, I guess, with tag team.
Denied.
Maybe toss back or something, I don't know. But you shouldn't really die in a Bane. You have Brain Sap, you have plenty of buffer space. And last advice though, good start for the Radiant lineup. 9-3 in mid for Arrow. 7-3 on the Haze. We'll see how this one develops.
3 sheets to the wind.
So at the very least you can set up for with a Q and then Mustache walking in for the tag team, which is potentially very dangerous here. But right now, they'd have to do it themselves. Boogie doesn't want to let go of these last as the wave is pushing in, so they have control of the equilibrium. Same kind of thing up top, I guess. ASD and Fade also gonna contest, not just for the lane farm, but also for the side camp farm, if at all possible. But they're being left to their own devices, which means Fade will try to be annoying. But right now it's actually ASD who was very much ahead in the last city pop in that particular lane, so gotta keep that in mind. That being said though, not the end of the world. Centaur will be something that you have to play around and consider that he's off to a good start, but Nagasar, one of these heroes that as long as you have like a few levels on 6, on 7, level 8, X out Mirror Image or Riptide, and you can farm the jungle very quickly. And safely as well.
Step lively now.
Not just jungle but also lane at the same time, so you're gonna get a lot of money with these inherent farming tools. Don't even need a Midas for it. Sven right now with the Australian situation forced to go into the face boot before entertaining thoughts of a Midas. Not gonna have that going for a while now. Disruption, boogie, going in, toss around into the double avalanche. Quite a bit of work here now with that tag team. Not getting too many hits on the ultimate. Nice little double stun from Haze also to keep them away. Boogie does have another toss to work with the stick charges, but unable to get in range. So just trying to burn away some of that region here. Still plenty of tangos left on the Radiant side for the time being. And yeah, this is a dual lane versus tri-lane right now. But Haze is not exactly struggling too much. He's not as much as he should. Disruption. So get the region rune here. Wants to block him off. Wish needs it a lot more than he does. So, nicely done from the support. Stop there. It's becoming a bit concerning because Faye just continuously right-clicking him. Even 3 points up in the Retaliate right now, he's no problems with that whatsoever as a Centaur, even though got more last hits. Faye's just completely zoned him out. So he's getting some extra region ferried in. And that's basically, if you're forcing your opponent to spending more money on region, it's basically almost as good as denying CS or whatever, because if that gold is coming to these consumables, well, if you can stay in lane, you can still gain experience, but okay, force them to turn early point in the snare, you don't often see that, but 13 retaliate stacks on 13 Savage, or ASD. A lot of damage that he can do in a right-click battle. Smiley face coming through, secured the bounty in front of his face. Well done bottom though, Haze. Toss it to the air. They have the tag team. That's a lot of damage. So this offlane starting to get into the zone. If you're gonna run an aggressive tri-lane like that, you better get kills. It's kind of the rule of thumb that you keep following. Otherwise, you're gonna fall behind levels, are going to fall behind in gold. Is actually going in for the last hit. Alright. That's one way to do it. Last is on range creeps. Very important, guys. Just one thing I want to take away from watching these kind of games. Just always get losses on the range creeps. Even if it means using the brain sap. Can't really let this go. It's a lot of gold, a lot of experience. You want to have in your pocket. Is now another toss back into the snowball. Tag team ready to go. Little Tomat down for the count.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Very powerful combination there. A really easy way to escape, even for a Bane. So Wish, keep him back home. I mean, this tower went down. They pushed with a 5-minute catapult. Hey, unable to stop it. He's just retreated into the jungle. I guess this offlane is still successful in the grand scheme of things. Centaur has the face boots, gonna... Oh, Stampede. What is happening? Down bottom, try to save it. He's... Once again, the same kind of combination. Now together with the Soul Catcher level 2 is... Track also being brought down. This DD rune with the boat combo. I should have got that.
Radiant structures are
Might be. Can he deal with the center though? I mean, he's... Okay. It's Killermancer running into all the Eidolons and the Q. Let's get the disruption out. Alistash also hanging around. Could potentially defensively snowball. There's no Shrine to take, but it's not enough. Chasing potentially AC Axe back into Taunt. Another couple of right clicks here. Will be able to secure the kill. The DD rune's still going. Make that very easy on that splash attack. Yeah, I suppose both of them able to run away. Enigma, I mean, Elf is quite useful in some circumstances, but it's not really keeping fast heroes in the grasp of your Eidolons all that reliably. Everyone's tipping Wish, alright.
Our Admiral is on board.
I mean, I guess he deserves it, right? He's 2-0. Doing quite well for himself, top of the net worth chart. Big ancient stack actually, Arrow. Need through some of these creeps here, 2 sets of Prowlers. That's about it, the rest will be for Sven. And these small Prowlers in particular, they make farming it's very annoying.
Regeneration.
Radiant's middle tower
This
is
health
under
regen
attack.
stacks up, so with 2 sets of powerless, the small ones, you add 40 health regen for every one of these powerless. So you kill them very quickly with magic damage, which Sven doesn't have. Now Stampede. Just get them way
Dire's
down
middle
bottom.
tower is
Ultimate's
under
still hanging
attack.
around though, and they see it. They know they see it, so it does snipe that Observer Ward immediately. Was that own Observer Ward here, which they didn't figure out? Oh no. Smoked right under it. Oof.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Like there's no way that Little Too Much would have figured out that this. Actually, yeah. I mean, you can guess at this point. This is ESD up top. Actually finishes off the tower.
Radiant's bottom tower
Sash,
is under
Kilomancer, and
attack.
Faye, all of them here to try and punish him for it. Storm connects and everybody, but Wish also saying no. It's like, nope, you're not gonna get away with this one, my friend. Not for free, ESD. Those chick charges still all just there to buy more time.
Step lively now.
There's a hefty rotation and they didn't even save the tower, so it's actually Cyberdog's getting quite a bit done without
Dire's bottom tower is under
not even
attack.
having any kills on the board right now. Well, maybe that'll change. Stun, Booty, with the Avatar's combo here. Soul Catcher bringing them a little bit lower, and there's Wish. They secure the bounty rune. The Taunt does connect over onto Arrow, but Booty is kind of low. Snowball will only just save him, making sure that Leshrac could not follow up. It's living life on the edge, so they get the rune. They get another kill. Cyberdog still securing 2 of their own. At least. Or 3, I guess. I mean, Smiley Face and Enigma. You got 2 up top. This guy's also doing quite well. Has almost the Dominator to work with.
Double damage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Sven. Working on the Ancient Stack. He's in a bit of catch-up mode here. Help him get towards finishing off that Midas.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Smoke up here in the back. Wish, it's a good one to bring down, but they just see a little too much. Sash taking over the front lines, so yeah. Phoenix Grove still connecting over on the Conquer, so they might be able to finish off both of these kills, especially with the Black Hole connecting there. Kilomancer's there with the defensive disruption. Arrow still sitting at half health, but now it's actually Kilomancer running down by Arrow, as well as ASD coming through with the Stampede. Wish got the boat out, but there's no follow-up damage from him. Take them a little while longer with a run buff on him, but that's 3 heroes going down. Cyberdogs on the board with kills and another tower. Down the drain. Starting to pick up the pace here. Faye farming on the other side of the map, which is inherently dangerous here. Has a few illusions to work with, but now Bane doesn't have the Fiend Scope, but he does have the Nightmare, so if he got that out, maybe could set up for something. Especially since there's no song yet on Naga Siren. Don't necessarily know that, but it's...
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Lively now. Your admiral.
But it is something that could have bitten Faye in the behind if he got caught in that situation. But now level 11, so he's got that ready to go. Ideally, you don't want to use it until level 12 because that cuts down on the
Radiant's middle tower is under
cooldown
attack.
quite a bit. Boogie also relatively quiet here after the laning stage, just looking to farm up the Blink Dagger in the meantime. He's getting pretty close, so once that gets online, gonna have the Tiny with a big old Avatar's combination trying to burst people down. That'll be quite a few heroes that are susceptible to that. Certainly Bane, Leshrac as well. Enigma, only 1,000 health points, so it's almost all of them done with the full combo. Excellent about here, and the punch and the tag team. ASD will fall. Wish again with the splash hit to claim the last hit. Skunker certainly doing his job in this game.
Dire structures are fortified.
It's gonna be enough time. Cyberdogs still putting under pressure. It's only Kilomancer here just trying to slow this down, stacking up the poison. On level 2 poison though. on level 3 now.
Dire's bottom tower
Shifting his
has
build a little
fallen.
bit. Okay. So, still in trouble here. Kind of body blocked a little bit. Nightmare comes through into the follow-up stun, but there's also Snowball. Going through, little Tomat. I'm going to chase them further, and even so, they almost brought down the Bane, and finally the cavalry has arrived. The poison starts finish him off. Torn looking to fish for somebody else, but the rest of Cyber Dogs this time will be able to make their way out. So, Wind and Rain starting to respond. Getting Faye involved, just at least with his presence in his area.
No.
Still needs a little bit more time to farm. He's working on his meta style, which provides a little bit of extra defensive utility. It's certainly more, yeah, it's not the more aggressive. It's not the more aggressive item build. Like if you go straight for a diffusal, it means you want to fight immediately, but you can't really afford that in most games. There's some inherent risks to that. It's not as stat heavy. You want a bit of extra tankiness. As right now, Elisash hanging around up top here, ahead of the rune, dodges that quite expertly. There's no to the creeps. Oh, Boogie just goes in with the toss back. Stampy comes through on AC. Disruption here, the boat. Oh my god, perfectly timed. Axe to the other side. They gotta bring down the tankiest target first. But it took them a little bit too long. Haze still able to secure this bounty rune. They did bring, they did leave Faye down bottom, so you will be able to make this into a 2 for 2 after all. But hey, having a kill on top of that, always going to be nice. Boogie looking for more arrow. To the side, he is all alone. Turns on the Edict, turns on the ult, turns on the stun. There's a lot of damage over towards Boogie. He needs someone to toss him away to, but he doesn't have it. Defensive disruption will buy a little bit of time, but it's just too much damage up from Arrow. Now the snowball across. There's only so much that he can do that. He's out of tricks. So Boogie's sacrificing himself for Arrow. Killing spree even going the way of Killermancer. Not the craziest thing, but it'll help him. A few extra wards out, I guess. He's already basically completed his Etherlands if he wants to disassemble the Arcane Boots. There's not the X-Boat combo, but that one was messed up because of the Malefist a little bit. Will not be happy about that. But hey, it's only 50-second cooldown on level 2 ghost ship, so it's really not a big deal. Down bottom, Faye, he's songing. Was not TPing out, he's waiting for his team. It's Haze at half health. Boogie's there. No, doesn't quite find the right toss, but still, the right clicks are real. The snowball plus the blink forward. Okay, not actually enough to finish him off. Out of range of the snowball, so they'll have to settle for Bane for right now. Boogie. Another blink in a second here. Haze walking back in, finds his stun before the toss. Or the avalanche can come out, but it's only so fast. If Boogie guesses correctly, they'll be able to find him up the high ground. And there's a shine. He should be safe. That ward instantly counter. That feels bad, man. Elisage not having a lot of luck with those right now. That's the second time this happened.
Top tower is under attack.
What's happening here? Axe into a bow. A lot of creeps dead. Now a bit of chip damage here, but if you lose ASD in a turn, it's not exactly ideal. The axe afterwards after missing the Torn, but slowed down right here. Staying into the Stampede, so
Dire's top tower is under
in range for another axe. Not quite.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Still a little bit too fast. So it does get out this time, I guess. So far, so good. And that makes this a pretty nice play. I mean, it's whittling away, just exposing some faults perhaps, and Wind and Rain's hold over the map. He's always all on Boogie. A little bit too far, but still finds a combo off. Elisage with a bit of a follow-up, but now everyone's seeping in. This is an active shrine. You cannot really take this fight. Fiend script over on Tiny. Defensive disruption won't stop that. Now the boat. Also, extra covering fire here, but the Nightmare holds him in place a little bit longer. ASD. Oh, nice little avalanche toss. Boogie can actually make his way out of this. No, the stun does connect. Follow-up there from Arrow. Just a little bit too much. To console yourself knowing that Faye is still farming toward all of this. So 10,500 net worth. He's finished that meta style a long time ago, and it's going straight for the butterfly. So this is his, hey, I'm gonna tank up on stats. I'm gonna focus on late game kind of build. X can turn around for a black hole, and that's exactly what he's doing to protect himself. Haze can follow up with a stun. There's arrow as well. That's a lot of shit. Throw on top of Faye. So should have just song TP'd out in hindsight. Immediately as you saw the Enigma, but he thought it would have been a nice little kill. Maybe with the Diffuse Blade it would have been. Especially if Smiley Face lets himself hit like that for a couple of times. You can easily burn away the mana that he needs to actually cast a black hole, but you can't do that. Of course his team's gonna be there. Would have been anyway with the shrine next to it. So Faye being punished for being a little bit too over-aggressive.
Radiant are scanning.
Still on a
Dire are
hunt.
scanning.
Visage Killermancer. Needs a little bit more than the two of them though to deal with ASD, even if they caught him. So. Blink Vanguard straight to the Crimson Guard, always nice against illusion heroes. So they're kinda tanking themselves up, and Sven, let's not forget about him either. He's right up there with Faye as well as Wish in the net worth department, courtesy of that Midas. There's a bit of fight up top here. Another Fiend's Grip over, Narc's trying to catch him again! Faye dies twice in a row now, and this is getting problematic if this keeps happening. This is the whole game plan. They need Faye to farm and become unkillable eventually, but he's not there right now. It's one thing to just play aggressively and farm forward, essentially, when the rest of your team is engaging Cyberdogs in a fight or in a defense somewhere else. But if you don't know this, then you can't really expose yourself for a bounty rune or whatever that was. Faye, gotta be a bit careful. Smoke rotation now, they've got a BKB on Kunkka. 10-second charge still available, and ooh, arrow. Look at the soul catch here, 40% of the health, just straight up dead. Boogie with the follow-up. Bring down the rest of it here. Arrow's still alive right now, but not for too much longer. Killerman's dropped low, but not low enough. He also saw a little too much here, trying to TP out. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Plenty of vision here from the Shadow Poison spam, so disruption into a well-timed torrent. Boogie the one to claim that kill. XTV shenanigans, there you go. Seems good. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, if you're the one taking the initiative, setting up for kills like this when Cyberdogs is out of position to respond, then well, that's certainly going to be the way to go. Because then that means that Cyberdogs is falling behind, but Faye's also a lot freer to farm across the map. He doesn't have to worry about him being run at. As you saw, they do have plenty of control for him. If his team isn't there to bail him out with a defensive disruption or boats or whatever, snowball or what have you. So, bottom line, only not really a lead for either team right now. The gold graph swiveling back and forth across the 0-9 experience, also not really worth writing home about at this point.
And more of you.
More illusions. They're not gonna last all that long though, which is unfortunate. Well played. That got nerfed a while ago. For a time, like the Shadow Demon together with like heroes like Luna. It's crazy agility carries. That was quite a story because he would just disrupt Luna. The illusions would last like what, 20 seconds or something? Or more. And then just siege with those. So it's been nerfed in a number of different things. Illusion damage or duration, what have you. Things get taken out. Another that ultimate. Saving Killermancer. Saving Private the Killermancer. Now that's on cooldown. Those buttons there, man. Still takes it off immediately. Now punch to death before King Leader gets the Fiend's out, but Did get a nightmare on the other side. Look at Hayes. He's cleaning through. He has a big heavy. He also has the ultimate stun to run down Faye. Meanwhile, Wind and Rain lose two of their other heroes. Killermancer all of a sudden finds himself alone in the woods, which are promptly being destroyed. So that is that. At least they let Faye go. He's realizing that the rest of his team was not with him anymore. So stick with the supports and the offlane, but certainly a win for Cyberdogs. 3-for-1 trade. And this is first time Hayes really shown his teeth in this game for real. Going for the blink daggers, so this very standard build up. Face boots, Midas, Echo Saber, BKB, blink dagger, AC, just really nothing crazy, but still a very effective thing for sure. For the man to dodge that stomp, and instead AC gonna get X back. Also rooted up for the time being. There's quite a few other heroes here. X, he wants to go in for the black hole. It's only catching one. The one is not Faye, but at the very least it's Skunker, just as important. But Faye's still there. No more illusions to work with. Just gonna have to be the normal right click, see if he wants to do some damage, but he can't. They lose Tusk. They will get ASD in return. Finally, he stuns his full Shadow Demon. The high ground follow-up doesn't actually connect. But they got what they came here for. They finish up the tier 2 tower. As well as another nice little bounty here, bringing down that Kunga. Okay. Boogie. You have to go here. Well, the guy is also looking for the boundary, and he didn't quite get it though. Now he's actually on the run instead. Oh, he's not even getting zone, is he? Nope, he's snagging that away because of the well-timed stun for Arrow. Now defensive drop from Faye. With the song again, just to save his buddies. I don't think they can actually make a fight out of this. He's looking a little bit too early.
Got it.
This game not nearly as straightforward, but because Wind and Rain, they went for a different strategy. They're just putting the eggs in the Faye basket, which is not necessarily a bad thing. If you keep losing heroes like this to the enemy carry, Hayes, it's gonna be able to get this kill and start trying to make plays, but there was no way you could get out of that situation. And with both Hayes and Arrow being this farm, we're starting to fall behind a little bit. I mean, I wonder whether Farm Knock Siren is gonna do the trick. He shifted from the Butterfly to the Skadi because, and like the Diffusal Blade into the Skadi, to this different build. Because he realized that he couldn't be as greedy because Cyberdogs, they were increasing the pace. I'm looking for Roshan, but it's not exactly too fast. Did you want to pick up first? Boogie, doesn't quite find a toss. Fortunate for him, but at least this Roche attempt has stopped. This build's still pretty damn good. I mean, does he have the... Yeah, he has had the other ultimate open courier. So Skadi's completed. 27 minutes into the game together with Metacell Diffusal. So he's reasonably tanky. He also does a good amount of damage with the help of that Diffusal Blade. So Naga, forced to be reckoned with. Just needs to find a way to actually leverage his illusions in the middle of a fight. And again, there's a decent amount of illusion clear still from the track. He stays alive, and so far he's proven that he's quite tanky actually with the Bloodstone and the BKB too, so that is that. But the biggest problem is still going to be the Sven. 9-second BKB. As long as God Strength is available, he can start cleaving through all of these units. So Wind Rain need to somehow find a way to engage in his teamfights properly. Maybe killing off Arrow, forcing him to BKB and TP out after the punch. Is there enough physical damage? There is! That was bold from Tusk, just using the one TP cancel through BKB very early on, but they calculated properly. Other than that, I just got lucky that they had enough damage anyway. So that's an important one. That's a very important kill. I mean, super strong hero, it doesn't have buyback, BKB on cooldown, as well as a second shaved off. Charge going down, Bloodstone, also a few charges. Down the drain on that one, and into Roche, so That's DOTA for you. A single pickoff can really mean so much. But he's coming in, finds double stun, looks to maybe finish up Roshan, but now down half health. Obviously BKB immediately. Now the Song is isolated. He wants to finish up Rosh, but he gets bashed! Oh my god, are you kidding me? He gets bashed! Just before Roshan falls, so Roshan actually working for Wind and Rain right now. They will still lose Faye here, so that Aegis not going to be able to join it for long. Tusk also call inside the black hole, but he's still have a little long enough for another punch. Yeah, the Queen Scope will set up for Boogie, but hey, he's starting to drop very low during all of this, but Illusions can't chase him up the high ground. They get clean up. Cyberdogs don't lose any more heroes. Wind and Rain, they got super freaking lucky, but they were unable to get the kill on the defend, even with that Roshan bash. I don't think I've ever seen that. There's Roshan bashing the guy that's trying to steal the Aegis just before Roshan actually falls. So this is, again, Wind and Rain probably lying a little bit with the big guy in the pit. Quite a few illusions here, and it's also... No, it's not the real one, the follow-up star. There's so many heroes here, Faye. Need to get the song off somehow, but he doesn't even have it. It's on cooldown. Today is not his day. Normally he doesn't make these many mistakes. Normally he doesn't overstand like this on this hero. Wish force onto another BKB. The Blink Stomp actually cancels TP just at the end of it. Shadow Demon will not live. Cyberdogs. They might just be able to do it here. Prove they are a force to be reckoned with. Get themselves another point on the board, securing themselves a place in the next season of the joinDOTA League Premier Division. Without any other playoffs or relegation games or what have you.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Blink Stomp onto Boogie. Bit of a tankier target here to toss away, but hey, he's taking over with a DD rune as well. Doesn't even need that ultimate, or maybe he should. Boogie still alive. Stampede being used. The axe. Make sure they can't keep chasing.
Dire's
big
middle
cooldown.
tower is under attack. Dire's
Big cooldown being used for not much gain. Still be able to get this tower very easily, of course, with the Edict.
Dire's middle
Faye's
tower
back right now. He can still do good amount of damage. He just needs to have his team behind him. He needs to have a defensive play. Be it a ghost ship on top of him, a defensive disruption, anything. To combo break Cyberdogs, but every single time he's died so far, it was because he was alone. Once in the jungle here, fighting against Enigma. Just then this moment also here around the rune spot, and then the time before that on this rune spot here, trying to secure a bounty.
Dire are scanning.
Oh god.
Step lively.
Wrong hotkeys at one point.
On board.
Wrong HUD up. I do apologize for that. No. Smoke up now. No Roche to take. So this is purely just to gain an advantage. Maybe make a play for the high ground if you get the right heroes. And then go to blink in right on all of that. For all the people to run into is probably one of the best.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Dire Courier ends up dying.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's the gold on the track. Pops the BKB all the way this time, so no big issue. And Faye, this time he had the song, so you can get out. This is normally what you should always be able to do on this nice round. Of course, if a bunch of people are around you, if they keep stun locking you down, as they can in this game. We've shown that before, then it's not exactly enough.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Back up on Tiny. He's kind of all alone. He's trying to snipe this tower, perhaps, or at least a little bit of damage, but now into the Fiend Script. It's also going to last forever and a day with the Enfeeble on top, so the easiest kill of their lives. Stampede, it's another stun. Can get Kunke here, this would be big. The black hole controlling them all up. Arrow. I wish in this game Arrow was playing Kunke last time, and they're also cleaning through the task. 2 heroes down, one of them buying back as Faye. Trying coming from the backlands here. Enigma down, should be a freebie. Only using that ultimate though. Another disruption? Can you turn this into something more? It doesn't seem so. Here, Arrow, ASD, they're coming through, they're tanky, and they're angry. Killing them with a vengeance. Kilomancer down for the count. Having to buy back immediately, but these racks don't die straight. Faye, he has to carry right now. He has to do the damage to kill off a few of these heroes, not just the supports. Those are just the easiest ones, but even those prove to be a little bit tough with the war cry, with all the auras that they have. Alistash, a bit of control, but now there's the counterplay again. That's a little avalanche. Keep them in place, but Faye doesn't have illusions. He only has his hero. Now the song all together. What can you do with that though? I mean, a couple of seconds for the avalanche, but you don't really have the best combos for team fights here with a song as a setup. There's no reason to get like to use insults just because I hit the wrong hotkey by accident. I hit that hard up for the wrong hard up for a few minutes.
Radiant are scanning.
You try and cast 10 days in a row what I've got and not make one mistake. This is a little bit too much to call me an idiot for it. No. So you're gonna get timed out, so get used to it. It's not like you were missing any of the gameplay. Anyway, Aghanim Scepter coming through on the Centaur, so thought they were tanky before. They actually get an iron killable right now with that 40% extra reduction here doing the Stampede. It's gotta make sure to use it at the proper time, of course. But yeah, I mean, shouldn't be too hard. Hayes also inherently like so many health points, level 25, so plus 40 strength on God strength. So once he pops that, saying a lot more on Stampede. Trying to help Arrow a little bit here. Kilomancer. It's fallen again, and that's a dieback too. Look at status there. He's used it, Alistash as well. It's both supports. They die, they stay dead for quite a while. As well. Monkey Kingma. Seeing the butterfly on the Lager Siren, so countering that out. Once they have to wait to deal with the illusion, they don't they don't necessarily even have to deal with Faye himself, because illusions are a major part of this damage now, but they also catch Tiny Booty all alone. I guess he was trying to set up for creep skips and whatnot, but it doesn't really matter because there's a big wave bottom with 2 extra catapults. AC in front, Arrow joining in with Edict going. The Glyph will tank this up this time. There's another buyback being used. Gonna save the tower. Okay, he's turning this around, or he's trying to trade a little bit, but he tanks a black hole to the face with Arrow TPing back. They're just gonna straight up get the kill. Meanwhile, on the die side, Hayes with the ultimate ready to go, just waiting for the right moment to go in. That is, finds a double stun, maybe not quite. A little bit late, so it's only Alistash for now. The song isolating him, but he's perfectly happy to fight up against Faye. Now, 3 solutions, they're done now. There's a few more Manta ones. Faye's not strong enough. Tiny, a little tomat. Being run down, he can kill off these spots. Maybe enough if there's another Stampede. On to the next one here. Stomped up, defense disruption after Kilomancer's Arrow. Needs to waste a little bit more time, but they really want Bogey. He bought back as well, and he's gonna fall again. It's 5 against 3. Quite a few resources committed at this point from Cyberdogs. No more God Strength. There's another BKB though, because he got the Refresher Orb on the Enigma. So that threat is something that the Wind and Rain have to be aware of. He's waiting in the wings, looking for the blink black hole of his life. In the meantime, they're just gonna casually finish with Kilomancer. Yeah, I don't really see this game going anywhere right now. Cyberdogs, they're just gonna force it. Why the hell not? Good game, well played. And that is Celebratory Black Hole. Why the hell not? GG well played indeed. Cyberdogs turn us into 1-for-1 series, which means that they will end this season at, I believe, 4-4. Yeah, they'll be at 4-4. They'll and in 3rd place. They will keep their spot